In New York City, in an area called Greenwich Village, there were many artists. Two young women, Sue and Johnsy, shared a small apartment on the top floor of a three-story building. Johnsy's real name was Joanna. One November, a sickness called pneumonia spread through the city. Many people got very sick, and some died. Johnsy caught the disease and stayed in bed, looking out the small window in their room. She could see the wall of the building next door. One morning, a doctor came to check on her. After he examined Johnsy, he spoke to Sue in another room. "Her chances aren't great," he said, "maybe 1 in 10, but she has to want to live. Right now, she's given up. Does she have anything she's excited about in life?" "Well, she wanted to paint a picture of the Bay of Naples in Italy someday," Sue said. "Painting," the doctor said. "That's nice, but is there something more personal? Like a man she cares about?" "No," Sue said. "There's no man." "I'll do everything I can," said the doctor. But when someone starts thinking about their funeral, it makes medicine much less effective. After the doctor left, Sue went to her room and cried. Then she picked up her drawing materials and went to sit with Johnsy. Sue tried to act cheerful, whistling a happy tune. Johnsy was lying still, looking out the window. Sue thought she was asleep and started working on her drawings for a magazine. But soon, Sue heard Johnsy whispering softly. She was counting. 12, Johnsy said. Then, after a moment, 11 and 10. Sue went to her. "What are you counting, Johnsy?" "The leaves," Johnsy said. "They're falling one by one. When the last leaf falls, I'll go too. The doctor told you, didn't he?" "That's silly," Sue said. "Leaves falling have nothing to do with you. You're going to get better. The doctor said your chances are good. Now, try to eat some soup, and let me finish my drawing. I need to sell it to buy food for us." "No, I don't want soup," Johnsy said. "Look, another leaf just fell. There are only 4 left." "Johnsy, please keep your eyes closed and rest," Sue said. "I have to finish my work." "Okay," Johnsy said, closing her eyes. "But tell me when you're done. I want to see the last leaf fall." Sue went downstairs to talk to their neighbor, Mr. Behrman. He was an old painter who lived on the first floor. Behrman had never been successful, but he dreamed of painting a masterpiece one day. He earned money by posing as a model for other artists. When Sue told him about Johnsy's idea, he became angry. "Why is she thinking such foolish things?" Behrman said. "No one dies because leaves fall off a vine. This is nonsense." Sue explained how sick and weak Johnsy was. Behrman agreed to help. That night, it rained heavily, and the wind blew hard. The next morning, Sue opened the window shade. "Look, Johnsy," she said. There was still 1 leaf on the vine. It was green in the middle and yellow around the edges. It didn't move, even though the wind was strong. "It's the last one," Johnsy said. "I thought it would fall during the night, but it's still there. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I shouldn't give up." Later that day, the doctor came. He told Sue that Johnsy was improving. "She's going to make it," he said. But then the doctor added, "I'm worried about Mr. Behrman. He's very sick with pneumonia. He's in the hospital, but there's not much hope for him. 2 days later, Sue sat by Johnsy's bed. Johnsy, I have something to tell you, she said. Mr. Behrman died today. He got sick 2 days ago. They found him in his room, soaking wet and very cold. They also found a lantern, a ladder, and some paint. Do you know why that last leaf never moved in the wind? Because Mr. Behrman painted it there the night the real last leaf fell. It was his masterpiece.